Hello, welcome once again to Wildluck. I hope your guys' winter breaks are going really well, and let's learn some math. Okay, so rename each fraction as a mixed number. Each mixed number is a fraction. Okay, so a mixed number is basically is a number that has a whole number, like number two, like 4, and a fraction. That's what you call a mixed number. Okay, and yeah. So in order to get mixed numbers, uh, so basically, in order to change from a fraction to a mixed number, first of all, the numerator, so the top number, has to be bigger than the denominator. Okay, or so for number one. So for number one, a mixed number, we can make 4 thirds by adding 3 thirds plus 1 third, right? Okay. And then 3 divided by 3 is basically just 1. So it'll be 1 plus 1 1/3, which equals 1 1/3. This is a mixed number. Okay? 1 1/3. Okay? And in order to make a mixed number into a fraction, all I have to do is basically multiply the denominator with the whole number and then add it to the numerator. So for number 2, we have 4 times 4, which is 16, plus the 3, which is 19 over 4. Okay? Another way to easily make a mixed number is to basically just divide. So divide the numerator by the denominator, and then just have the rest as a fraction. Okay, so what I mean by that is 13 divided by 4, right? So 13 divided by 4, which is 3, and that's bad 3. I can say 3, 12, right? Then you have 1 left over, right? So basically it'll be 3, the 1 that's left over, divided by the 4. Okay, and for number 4, once again, you just multiply. So 9 times 6 is 54, and then you add the 1, which is 55. Okay, divided by 6. Okay, and then if I divide by 2, the 5 over 2, and then make that mixed number, it'll be 2 or 1/2, because 5 divided by 2 is 2 with the 1 left over. Okay, and in order to find, this one's pretty easy because they have the same whole number, so all you need to do is the fractions. Or actually, it's not. Okay, so basically, I think we did this last week too. You have to make the denominators, the denominator, so the number on the bottom of the fraction, it has to be the same as the other numbers in order to have, in order to make it fair, in order to make it qualify, in order to show that in order to make sure that, okay, so basically all you need to do is make the denominators and numbers on the bottom equal to each other, and that's how we can figure out which one is bigger and which one's smaller. Okay. But first, in order to do that, we first need to make the mixed number into an actual fraction. So we can do that by, once again, multiplying. So 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 1, that will be 7 over 2. And this one is 9 plus 2, which is 11 over 3. And in order to make 2 and 3, so the least common, the greatest multiple, the least multiple, the multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. So in order to make 6, you have to multiply by 3. So multiply by 3 on this side. Multiply by 3 on that side, on the top and bottom. Now for this one, you just multiply by 2. So 21. And this is 22 over 6. Okay. So 21 over 6 is this one, and then 22 over 6 is this one. Okay, and obviously we know that 22 is bigger than 21, so this one's better, or this one's bigger. Okay, for this one, once again, you just do, so I'm going to make this into, we have to make this first into a regular fraction. So you multiply 5 times 3, which is 15, and then you add the 1, which is 16. So 16 over 3, and then 5 times 6, which is 30. 32 over 6. And you realize that 3 can go into 6, and to do that you multiply by 2. So that gets 32. And you would get, so you multiply by 2 on this side, so you get 32 over 6. Then you realize that 32 over 6 is the same thing as 32 over 6, so you just put equals. Okay? Hopefully that kind of explained it for you. Let's try doing, for this one, it's basically the same thing as this. You find the least, you make the denominators the same numbers, and then you multiply the respective numbers, and then you figure out which number is the smallest, and then you just go from, or which numbers are the biggest, and then you list it down from greatest to least. And in order to write the fraction in simplified form, we need to find out whether the numbers on the bottom and the top have a common factor. For this one, for example, it would be 3. You can take out 3. So you can divide by 3 on both sides, on both the top and bottoms, and then you get 3 over 4. Okay. In order to find the mean, you would add all these numbers up and divide it by how many numbers there are. So you add 59 plus 63 plus 53, etc., and divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 7. Okay. And then this is basically easy and repetitive operations. Patterns. The pattern for this one is, I'll give you some time, and then, okay, I think that's enough time. The pattern for this one is you would add 15. Okay. So you add 15 for every number. So for this one, it will be 83. Okay. And then, oh, it's multiple choice. So it's basically this one. Okay. Word practice. Okay. Let's do 1 or 2 word practice, and I think that'll be it for today. Okay, let's do number 1. Johnny ate 1/3 of the pizza, James ate 7/15 of the pizza, and Matthew ate 1/5 of it. Who ate the most pizza and who ate the least? Okay, once again, this is basically the same problems as we did on this one. You have to make sure that the denominators are all the same. So for this one, it would be 15. Make all the 1/3 and the 1/5, and 7/15 we make the denominators all 15. So that would be 5 over 15, 7 over 15, and 3 over 15. And so we would know that James ate the most and the least person